Welcome to the Motocross Supercross podcast. Podcast.
3, 2, 1, 0.
Motocross Supercross podcast.
Episode 181, Round 8, Detroit, Michigan. Supercross in the books. The Triple Crown. It was awesome. I'm Adam here with Claudio. What's up, Claudio?
Dude, yeah, it definitely was awesome. It's a great race. Well, we have a lot to talk about because, we have 3 main events. As you guys know, it was a Triple Crown race.
That's right. And this track, we talked about how awesome the track map looked and how jumpy it was. So I love this track. It was really cool. It still was like another fast track. But what do you say? We just jump into this qualifying times?
Yeah, I feel like this track was fast. They changed the track a little bit after press day as well. We know they made like a brand new split session where they were doing quads. There's a lot to talk about, and we still had quads, which is awesome because it makes great to watch these races.
Yeah, so press day that we saw have the video on our Instagram of Austin Faulkner and Dean Wilson doing this big quad. After that, they chopped down that quad. They left like a little hump so they could still kind of pretty much do it during the races and everything. And they added that split lane in, which was, that part was really cool. I like that.
Yeah.
So looking at these qualifying times, Chase Sexton was the fastest qualifier. He had a 47.1, really fast. And also Austin Faulkner right behind him, 47.3. Alex Martin, 47.5. Justin Cooper, 47.6. Martin Davalos, 47.6. Jordan Smith, 47.9. Mitchell Oldenburg, 48.2. So those top 6 guys running right there next to each other, all within that second, of course. And yeah, we knew it was going to be a good race. I picked Chase Sexton to do this good this week, so I was pretty happy about that.
Yeah, you're probably excited, huh?
Yeah, and Jordan Smith coming in with his bummed wrist, having the 6th fastest qualifying time. So I was like, all right, things are kind of looking good for me right now. But things obviously changed a little bit. But what's really exciting about this is that the top 18 from the qualifying go into the mains, and then everyone else has to go to the LCQ. So we said Oldenburg got 7th, Brandon Hartranft got 8th, Kyle Cunningham was 9th, Jordan Bailey was 10th, Joshua Cartwright was 11th, Henry Miller was 12th, Kyle Peters 13, Blake Wharton 14, John Short 15, Rami Alves 16, Joshua Osby 17, Stephen Clark 18. Everyone else going to the LCQ. That includes Joey Crown, Lorenzo Locurcio, Marshall Welton, James Weeks, Fleming, Marquier, Redmond. All those guys going to the LCQ, which has got to be pretty nerve-wracking. And how early it started. It started at 4:15.
Yeah, they those 3 last guys or 2 guys, Ramiller Alves, Joshua Osby, and Stephen Clark, they kind of snuck in like at the end. They snuck in on the second practice. They put a really good lap time, and they qualified straight to the mains, I should say, to the night show. And good for them. It was exciting already from the qualifying times because they were saying how Austin Faulkner was coming with perfect nights, from qualifying all the way to the last lap of the main event, leading every single lap, just perfect overall. So for Chase Sexton to step up and put Austin Faulkner in second place, he was definitely thinking about it, and it definitely probably messed up with his head a little bit. But yeah, let's jump into this LCQ because it was a good one. It was definitely a good one. The night was already starting to be entertaining and exciting for us. The ones that are sitting in the couch watching it. And yeah, so we have Wilson Fleming with the clearest whole shot of the night, I would say. And yeah, he was closed by no one. Obviously there was people there right behind him, but it was a very clear shot of him getting this whole shot. Right behind him was the rest of the pack. Marshall Welton, who makes a mistake after hitting a top block, and Joey Crown, the home time hero, runs into him and automatically puts himself out of the race.
And that was good for Lorenzo, too, because he had a terrible start. I want to say he was like 7th off the start. and he was able to pass his way all the way up there.
Yeah.
And like you said, Wilson Fleming, he checked out. That was the biggest moment with Joey Crown and Marshall Welton. Just a bummer. Bad way to go out. You could see the frustration.
Yeah,
but,
especially Joey Crown, being his home race, that's kind of frustrating for him. But Justin Thompson, Samuel Redman, and Lorenzo Locurcio all battling out for the last 2 spots of qualifying positions. And Lorenzo followed Redman for a long time around the track.
A long time.
And I think, definitely longer than he was expecting to. But he finally made the pass for 4th spot in the split section. I mean, they kind of got together, and I feel like Redman was trying to come into that, I guess you can say, the right side of the split lane, but Lorenzo kind of closed the space for him.
He had so many opportunities to just slam him so hard, but he played it pretty clean.
Yeah, he's a gentleman, man. He also, right after that, he obviously started on the hunt for Justin Thompson, who was sitting in 3rd place.
Yep.
Lorenzo finally gets past Thompson the same way that he did Redman, pretty much the next lap, if I'm not mistaken. He was definitely using that section to his advantage, and it showed right here. Wilson Fleming ended up getting the win because he checked out. He didn't really had anyone to...
Led all 8 laps.
Yeah, he didn't really have anyone to worry about. He was followed by Chase Marquier and Lorenzo Locurcio, who made that pass for 3rd place, and then Justin Thompson on that last qualifying spot for the night show, we should say.
Yep, that's it. So now we know everyone that's going to be going to the main and Triple Crown. Here we go. All right, so let's jump into this 250 heat number 1. Austin Forkner
main event number 1, not heat. Main event.
Yeah, that's right. Main event number 1. We do have Forkner coming in with his perfect 2 races in a row. Can he make it 3? And he started it off right. Whole shot with Jordan Smith behind him, Sexton and Davalos, who is looking pretty good this weekend too.
Yeah, Justin Cooper was also there, right there off the start.
Yeah, Forkner, though, he had some problems because he cased one of the first triples and Jordan Smith passed him, but it didn't take him long to just get past him and just check out. Forkner is just unbelievable. He was just on a different level. I called him Little Carmichael or whatever, and that's kind of what it's starting to seem like.
Yeah, he definitely looked really fast off the gate, and it definitely showed. There's a level here, you have Austin Forkner, and then you have the rest of the pack.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
Yeah, halfway through this race, he was already 5 seconds up on everybody.
Yeah.
Just dominating. Alex Martin, he had some problems. He was running 10th. There was a piece of tough block stuck to his bike or something. Didn't get to see what happened, but definitely something happened. Kind of the big battle of this race was Jordan Smith and Chase Sexton. They were running 2nd and 3rd. Chase Sexton actually made a pass on Smith for 2nd, but Smith stayed on him so hardcore, and he didn't fade at all. He was charging hard. And he was able to get him back. And Cooper was even catching up to them in 4th. It was they had their own little battle there. They were in their own league. Austin Forkner's in his league, and then 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, they were in their own little league too. It was crazy. But it got even more crazier because on the last lap of the race, Chase Sexton goes off the track at the whoops. Gets passed by 2 people.
Yeah, very unfortunate for Chase Sexton, who was coming off a great night, battling it out, like you said, with Jordan Smith, making passes, keeping people like Davalos and Cooper from passing him. But yeah, he went down after the whoop section, and it will cost him a position and allowed Justin Cooper to take that third place from him. And as we know, every single position here matters because you get the amount of points that you finished in. So if you get passed, that's just not good for your overall, I guess, when you're looking at the 3 main events.
Yeah, he was pretty bummed about that. And also, we did see a crash this race. We saw Jordan Bailey and Wilson Fleming get into it in that bull turn. They only showed kind of the end of what happened, but it looked like Wilson Fleming tried to cut in on Bailey, and they were both just going so fast, and Bailey just flew off into the ground right there. But yeah, so that was kind of intense. But Bailey, he had a bad start though. He was running 14th off the first lap, or whenever all that happened, he had problems this week.
Yeah. Jordan Bailey's definitely not having the season that he wants to have or that everybody was expecting anyways.
But Austin Forkner wins this race, throws a number 1 over the finish line, just like a baller, man. He was just on fire. So really good ride for him, killing the game. That was pretty much all that we saw on TV. This would have been a good one to see in person just because the camera only followed so many people, and they were all, with these short races, they all run really close. So we were only limited to what the camera showed.
Well, Austin Forkner, who had, he got 10 seconds, and Jordan Smith, who got second. Justin Cooper, as we mentioned, he made the pass at the last lap on Sexton, and he gets third. Sexton gets fourth. Martin Davalos gets fifth. Mitchell Oldenburg in sixth. Brendan Hartranft in seventh. Kyle Cunningham in eighth. Blake Wharton in ninth. Alex Martin in 10th. Kyle Peters, his teammate, in 11th. Henry Miller in 12th. Lorenzo Lacurcio in 13th. Joshua Cartwright in 14th. Rami Alves in 15th. Joshua Osby in 16th. Stephen Clark, School Steve, in 17th. Chase Marquier in 18th. Justin Thompson in 19th. John Short in 20th. Wilson Fleming and Jordan Bailey 21 and 22.
Yep, it looks like Jordan Bailey DNF this race.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say, but same thing.
Bad luck for him. But Jordan Smith, his best lap time was only 1/10 of a second off of Forkner's. So Jordan Smith, he was still running really good. So I was wrong about that. That's for sure.
Yeah, especially with the whole risk situation. You can tell sometimes that it was like bothering him, like he kind of like slowed down like pace wise, but overall he looked really, really, really good. He looked fast as well. Yeah. So in this 250 main event number 2, we have Jordan Smith with the whole show actually closing Forkner out like last second,
and Peters was there too.
Yeah, and also Alex Martin very close by. Forkner wastes no time though and makes a pass for the lead on Smith. And right behind him is the number 55 of Kyle Peters and his teammate Alex Martin trying to close up that gap.
Yeah, Forkner made his pass in the whoops, and he was just killing it in the whoops all night too.
Oh, yeah, that's another thing. He definitely killed it in the whoops, and they talked about it. They said he worked on his weaknesses, and one of them was the whoops, and how, a couple of years ago, he was slow through the whoops. Last year, he was a little faster, but not committed type thing, and then this year he's just an animal.
Yeah, he's a freak this year.
Yeah.
And speaking of those whoops, we saw Martin Davalos make a pass on Peters in the whoops too. So that was another popular passing spot, especially in the 450s. But
yeah. Meanwhile, Chase Sexton and Justin Cooper sitting in 6th and 7th place. They're having a little battle of their own. They were banging bars and everything. Luckily, nobody went down, though, and they were able to keep racing. Austin Forkner is gone, dude. He's gone at this point of the race. He's almost 5 seconds in front of second place, who was Jordan Smith, and we still have like 5 minutes to go at this point of the race. Insane, just the amount of speed. And like like he mentioned before the race, he said that, he was focusing on who was behind him and how far they were last week, but this week he just wanted to be up front and then just check out, just ride all the way to the end, and he definitely did. Justin Cooper, Mitchell Oldenburg, and Martin Davalos were battling for 5th place, but Justin Cooper comes victorious on that one little battle, and he also tries to close up on Chase Sexton for a little bit, but he didn't have enough time. Austin Forkner takes another dominating win, and looking like a perfect season is going to continue for him. And so far, I guess, in this main events.
Yeah, definitely. And Chase Sexton made actually a mistake in that corner right before the finish line jump on that white flag that really cost him too, because Alex Martin was able to pass him for that 3rd place. So Jordan Smith got 2nd, Alex Martin got 3rd, Chase Sexton got 4th, Justin Cooper got 5th, Mitchell Oldenburg got 6th, Martin Davalos 7th, Kyle Peters 8th, Brandon Hartranft 9th, Blake Wharton 10th, Kyle Cunningham 11th, Jordan Bailey 12th, Henry Miller 13th, Lorenzo 14th, Joshua Cartwright 15th, John Short 16th, Justin Thompson 17th, Wilson Fleming 18th, Chase Marquier 19th, Joshua Osby 20th, Rami Alves 21, Stephen Clark 22nd. So it was pretty good. It was pretty good close racing, except for Forkner, of course. He was way out in front. But besides that, everyone was pretty close. And also, like you said, that pass that Sexton put on Justin Cooper was pretty aggressive. It was hard racing there.
Yeah, they battled out for a while. Like they kept showing each other some wheel here and there, and it was good racing. Of course, everyone's already like, oh, Austin Forkner, is he gonna be able to sweep all three main events? It has never been done before, and all this pressure on him.
Yeah, and one thing they kept talking about Austin Forkner was like how he was like eating pixie sticks between motos and just like for his sugar and stuff. He's just like a little kid out there just eating his candy between the races for the extra boost.
Yeah, I know. I was like right after the first main event, he like just took his helmet off and whatnot, just waiting for everyone to kind of finish the race, and he's like eating like pixie sticks. And I guess it's because of his diet, and it's the best way to put sugar in his body, or the fastest way to put sugar in his body. And I bet you he's loving it.
It's just funny because it was literally like 5 seconds after he like took his helmet off. They like took his helmet off, and they're like shoving it down his throat.
That's what I'm saying.
Eat this, okay?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it was just the fastest way. It's just kind of like, okay, well, I finished the race. Kind of like little kids, like, I finished eating. Can I have my candy now?
Yeah, so let's jump into this 253. We started talking about it. Forkner, this was his best hole shot of the night. He really just blew everyone away on this start. He had...
Before we even start about this main event, I know you said Austin Forkner got the whole shot, but please tell me how Daniel and Will were in such a bad spot when they were doing that broadcast right before the start of the main event, the number 3, obviously. They were like literally like, okay, so picture this. You have your starting gate, correct? And then you can only go in from one side. Like, we lined up, and then they called you up, and then you go in, correct? And then you pick your gate and whatnot.
Right.
Okay, so they were sitting like right at the entrance of like where the guides go in, and then you like see like Blake Wharton like trying to like go around them because like there's nowhere else to go, and they're like pushing like Daniel Blair a little bit and stuff. Like, dude, like move out of the way. We're trying to line up and get this third main event going, like for real. But yeah, I just wanted to point that out because I thought it was kind of funny. And then obviously they were like, Daniel and Will were trying to like play it off like they weren't in the way, but we all knew. We could see it.
Yeah,
everyone.
we know.
There was a guy that almost fell. I don't remember who it was, but he was trying to like lined up like right where they were standing, so he didn't want to obviously interrupt. So he like kind of gave it a little bit of throttle just to like lined up the bike, and it just like slid off. It was kind of funny. But yeah, so Austin Forkner with the whole shot again, and looking for the first time sweep so far. Continue. Sorry for interrupting.
Yeah, no, you're good. Sexton, I was just going to say Sexton was up there. Jordan Smith, another good start for him.
Yeah.
Martin Davalos, Alex Martin, Justin Cooper. We did see Justin Cooper make a pass on his teammate, Oldenburg, for that 6th place spot. And one thing that really stuck out to me was that we saw the caution flags out for Ramy because he's went down before the finish. So just another DNF for him. He DNF'd those second 2 motos of the Triple Crown. Just an off night for him after, that 16th fastest qualifying time.
Yeah, definitely not. I'm sure it's not what he was expecting to do. It's racing. Sometimes you're going to have good races. Sometimes you're going to have bad races. So you got to take the good with the bad.
Yep.
But Jordan Smith with the pass on Davalos for 3rd place. And Smith right away starting to close up on Chase Sexton, who was sitting in 2nd. So after Smith starts closing on Sexton, Justin Cooper almost taking out the other Martin brother as we went 3 wide in one of the areas of the track with Mitchell Oldenburg there as well. Alex Martin takes the spot over Cooper though, but Cooper gets it back like right there. And
yeah, Martin definitely made a mistake in the whoops, started getting like really choppy. And Justin Cooper just kind of made an easy pass on him because Alex Martin, he almost went over the turn, kind of like how Osborne did or something last week.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was able to save it. He only lost 1 position there to Justin Cooper. And actually then Martin Davalos passed him for 4th. And Oldenburg kind of had a bad race because he went just washed out one of the corners and he lost 2 positions to Peters and Bailey. Justin Cooper made this insanely awesome pass on Jordan Smith. That was I think that was the best pass of the whole night. After that little split lane section, he just went into that corner so fast and just came out. It was just textbook. It was so perfect.
Yeah, it's a power move right there by him. But the real story here is Austin Forkner, who is able to sweep all 3 main events for the first time ever. So congratulations to Austin Forkner and the Pro Circuit, the Monster Energy Pro Circuit team for making this happen. This year, it's been awesome. Yeah, last week with the closest race ever, or closest finish ever between Cooper Webb and Ken Roczen. Then this weekend, we have Austin Forkner sweeping all 3 main events for the first time. So we have Austin Forkner winning this race, his 3rd main event. Chase Sexton got 2nd. Justin Cooper got 3rd. Jordan Smith got 4th. Martin Davalos got 5th. Alex Martin got 6th. Kyle Peters in 7th. Mitchell Oldenburg in 8th. Jordan Bailey in 9th. Colin Cunningham in 10th. Lorenzo Curcio with a great 11th place right there. Joshua Cartwright in 12th, John Short in 13th, Stephen Clark in 14th, Henry Miller in 15th, Blake Wharton in 16th, Josh Osby in 17th, Chase Marquier in 18th, Wilson Fleming in 19th, Justin Thompson in 20th, Brandon Hartraft in 21st, and then Ramy with a DNF in 22nd spot. And then for your overall, we're going to go Austin Forkner with a 1-1-1, Jordan Smith with a 2-2-4, and then Chase Sexton with a 4-4-2.
I did have Chase Sexton getting 3rd, so...
That you did. And
I don't know if that's worth anything.
It's not, because I have Austin Forkner winning it. I told you he looks too focused, man. He looks in his game, and I don't know if anybody can stop him, honestly. He looks unbelievable, and I cannot wait to see what he can do against the West Coast this coming up week for Atlanta. It's going to be insane.
Right. Yeah, I think definitely the East Coast is more stacked. Austin Forkner, definitely. He's up 13 points already on Jordan Smith. Yeah, he's got 78 points. Smith has 65 points. Justin Cooper, 2 points behind him, 63. Chase Sexton, 3 points behind Justin Cooper with 60. So that battle for second is still wide open, but I don't know. It looks like it's over. If Austin Forkner just stays healthy, it's done.
Yeah. He looks unstoppable, and I honestly don't know what to expect with the East-West Showdown, because that's going to be a lot of talent.
Yep, we're definitely going to save that for another show. Our preview shows will be coming up later on in the week, but yeah, just a great race. It's already been a history-making season, this 2019 Monster Energy Supercross. Thanks for listening to us. Make sure you follow us on Instagram at MXSX Podcast, and tune in for our next episode where we talk about these 450s. Peace.